First off, before we get our day started, well, to get our day started, we actually gotta attend to some things on the Sc300. Like I said, in the last video, I caught pretty much a blowout in the Sc300. It's like a big piece of metal was lodged in my wheel, well, my tire. I did get the new tire put on yesterday, so we about to put the old wheel back on, and make sure that the car actually drives correctly. Let's go ahead and get this thing pulled away from the bushes and get this tire put on. This is the new tire, and as you can see, this is just a basic all-weather tire. Just because with us planning on turbocharging the GS, and the winter months are upon us here in Maryland, I have to be able to drive the Sc300 regardless if it's snow on the ground or it's a big rain and thunderstorm. I usually had a Federal 595 RSRR, which I do have on the driver's side still, but the tire's bald, so I got to change that one out in another day or two. I just go up there, holler at my boy Dakota, get my tire put on. The other tires in there, but these do pretty good. As far as doing pulls and everything, it's not made for that. It's just made so I'll be able to just drive the car whenever I need to. Fresh boy. I think they took my tape off. I gotta let them know, bro. Don't take my, they took my tape off, bro. My stickers, my new tire stickers. I like having that on there. And yeah, we do have to hit the car wash. Look at that. Oof, sheesh, nastiness. And we gotta hit the car wash after this. Got the spare wet on here, so we can go ahead, get the car jacked up, get some of these leaves out the way, and get this tire took off, and we could go from there. Now we're trying to get the bracket off. Cut both bolts, top and bottom. Probably get a better angle here, so get the shackles off. This bolt's up front already cut off. And that's just working at the back first. The old rusty one out. Just cut all the bolts. Don't even try to unbolt them. We tried. That's the new one.
You want to go grab the bolt first?
Yeah, we go grab the bolt. You can leave all this. Anybody gonna mess with this. Run to the store to get more bolts. So run ahead, grab more bolts. I got the bolt with me, and we get Pop's truck straight. It's pretty much in. So we bolt it up. Get this side finished, get the other side finished, and get a little test drive going. All right, time for the test drive, gang.
He says
Still sitting full wheel.
Maybe you gotta drive it. Oh, I see it. No, it's in front wheel now, right?
It's all wheel. It's saying all wheel. Shit.
Old leaf springs was
little
broke.
bumps like that. And it's
One leaf spring on each side was broke apart, like it was a piece of them. It's a piece of them missing.
You ain't noticed it. It had collapsed.
The leaf
Those
springs?
broken pieces that were the missing pieces. It collapsed forward on.
Oh shit. Yeah, but we could cut the mufflers off. Cut the muffler off. Straight pipe it.
everything is
Dude, look at him. He's a sellout. This guy, man, this guy had me doing all kinds of stuff when I had my Firebird. He even retired on me.
No, you don't. this is an old man. all that now. See, listen to my music. It's called Talk.
You got the Hey, yeah.
I gotta call your mom to find out how old I am. Because I'm
I
old and I forget.
I be having to do that too, like. Oh yeah, it's good now. Look, nothing. Nothing. It's good now. What's going on, guys? It's been about a week since I started this video. Since the beginning of the video, since when you seen getting the tires and everything situated on the Sc300. I still had to get the driver's side tire changed out with the new tire that I got in. But today would be reinstalling the fuel tank in the Sc300. So if you keep up with the station, you had already seen that I'm actually using the Auto Sports Engineering triple fuel pump hanger. First off, there's nothing wrong with that hanger at all. The hanger's doing what it should be doing. Our fuel tank was actually leaking from the vent on the bottom of the fuel tank. So I actually sealed the vent tube for the fuel tank just because I kept having issues out of it. It is a small pinhole on the bottom of the fuel tank that you're actually supposed to either weld close or stuff JB weld in it and then put the banjo bolt in it. But for some reason, I could not get this thing to stop leaking. So what I actually did was I tapped the top of the fuel tank and installed this aftermarket fuel tank ventilation fitting that I'm actually going to run on the Sc300. As far as right now, if I'm going to actually change the actual fuel tank out for a new fuel tank, yes, in the near future, I definitely will. But for right now, we need the Sc300 fully operational with no problems at all, because we are about to pull the GS300 engine out to do the N80T swap on that. So I pretty much give you guys a look-see of what I had set up right now. It's totally up to you if you want to run it, if you're going to do the triple fuel pump hanger, so that way you won't have any lines underneath the car, besides, you know, the aftermarket feed and return line. As far as with the vent tube, you do need a vent tube for your tank. It's a must-have vent tube, but I sealed the bottom of my tank up with an actual OEM vent tube go, and I picked this fitting and I'm about to show you guys. So I scored this off of Amazon. Summit Racing has them. There's a lot of other spots that have them, but Amazon was the fastest I can actually get this thing in. So in the inside of the tank, it goes down as like a fitting with a ball in it, like a float. So that way, if you fill the tank all the way up and it actually gets to this, the float will actually float up, close this off, so fuel won't come out of this. So what I do is run an 8 AN hose from this down to the outside of the car and put a fitting on, a filter on. The actual filter for this should be here. I think it's saying tomorrow. But I am going to just vent it to the outside of the car, just like the OEM one would be. Anybody who's going to drop in the comment section and say that's crazy to do it this way, a lot of the fuel cells, aftermarket fuel cells, this is how you have to hook up your vent tube for the aftermarket fuel cells. So with that being said, there's nothing wrong with doing this at all to your tank if you have to. If you don't have to, I wouldn't recommend you even wasting your time or your money to do this. A new fuel tank used will run me about $100 to $200. This fitting only ran me about $10. It wasn't really to save money to begin with. It was a more so save downtime. Fuel tank in the car for as long as possible. Get another fuel tank in, modify that fuel tank in, and swap this out. Go ahead and get this fuel tank in the Sc300. Let's get the Sc300 filled up and make sure that this thing doesn't leak anymore on us, because that'd be a headache if it leaks again. But 9 times out of 10, it won't leak again. That's your hope. All right, so we have about 5 to 6 gallons. Well, maybe a little bit more than 6 gallons of 93 in the tank. I had already put about 2 gallons in the tank before I left to go to the gas station. It's mainly like all 93 grade in there right now, so what we'll do, we'll look underneath the car. I close the gas cap, put a little bit of pressure on the system. We'll look underneath the car and see if we see any leaks underneath the car. I do gotta spray the side of the car because I spilled some gasoline on the side of the car. Water under the bridge, nothing too major. Quick hose down real quick. And then we can actually shoot to the gas station, depending on how much fuel I have in the tank, and go grab us some E85, guys. So no leaks at all. This actually came off my exhaust. It's just like water and condensation. All this black stuff you see right here is from the car actually leaking fuel in the past. But right now I don't see anything as far as fresh fuel on the ground. That's what happens when E85 spills on the ground. It leaves like very big dark marks on the concrete. All right, now since we about to start up, since I had a vented hood, I gotta park with a trash bag on my engine, so that way nothing gets wet. Right now I'm gonna let the car warm completely up. Almost 2 weeks now, just because I was trying to get this done. I didn't want to dry the car. I had to fill the car up and put more fuel in, that way I had to drain more out. All right, so on the way to the filling station now. I'm just head straight up. I'm pretty sure the car should be good. The only issue is it started raining, so welcome to Maryland. I might be able to do a nice little small little pool, but I can't do anything to actually really put it to the test just because it's raining. Fuel pressure is good, so it should be kind of good to go. Windshield wipers aren't the best. Oh my goodness. We need new wipers, y'all. And that vent tube that I have set up now is definitely working. I'm gonna have to roll the windows down some. I didn't vent it outside the car yet, just because I don't have the filter yet, and I don't know how much of the line I would actually have to cut. So I just left it in the trunk. I wasn't thinking when I did that because it smells like fuel all inside the car now. Only thing I do is just literally take it and vent it to the outside of the car. That's it. This is how everything looks right now. Still gotta finish cleaning up the wiring, but this is the actual vent tube right here. And you definitely can smell it. So what I do is probably drill a hole like right there, drop it down, or even over here on the side, and put the filter on it so no dirt will get down in there. But it's definitely working, smelling it. So I took a peek at the tune. We're at like E60, 60, 62 now. So we at E63.5 right now. Like I said, the street is a little dry. If I could get out here on the solo mission by myself without anybody beside me, we'd definitely do a nice little pull just to make sure everything's good. Let me set this so I can log it. Tires kicked out. The tires kicked out. Oh man. That's the only thing about these tires I got on here now. These joints do not grip. The ground is a little wet. I got these tires just so I can drive in the rain and the snow. So they're not made for power. They're just made for grip on minimum power. Let's just get that out there now. And yeah, it's raining up here, so that's probably done. I probably could get up and boost a little bit, but she sounded good. Let's check this log. Fuel is perfect, man. Now it's not the way I would want to have it permanently, but for right now it'll hold me over. Cause like I said, man, I'm ready to turbocharge the GS. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here, and I catch up with you guys in the next video with some GS 300 content, y'all. Peace out.